This DVD is an example of how a tyre recycling plant would operate, starting with the tread stripping machine, which will remove the tread surface from truck tyres. Here you can see the tyre is manually loaded onto an arm which will expand hydraulically and gets the tyre ready for tread stripping. The tyre and the tread stripping hub will turn in opposite directions to each other. The hub, as you can see, is loaded with a set of blades. There are metal sensors so that the tyre stops turning when it senses metal. Travels up the conveyors to a classifier which classify the buffings into 4 different totally pure rubber grades. These are denoted as buffings. The tyre is then taken to a debeater, and what the debeater does is pull the high tensile steel bead out of the side of the tyre. As you see, it operates hydraulically and rips the steel bead out of the tyre. This pulls both beads at one time via either twin or single hydraulic rams. Here you see an example of a tyre bead that's been pulled. The tyres then are transported to the tyre recycling plant, starting with the main shredder, conveyed up a 9-metre conveyor belt to the main conveyor, the main shredder. This will shred the tyre into initial large pieces. Here you see an example of the tyre that's been shredded. Then gets transported by conveyor to a secondary shredder with smaller blades, and that gets then transported to the sorterator, which will sort pieces that are small enough to be able to be fed to the granule grinder. Pieces that are too large to be fed to the granule grinder are fed by conveyor back to the second shredder for re-shredding and hence resorting. Here's our granule grinder. What the granule grinder does is grind those ready pieces down to small enough pieces, liberates the wire and the fibre. What you see there is a cyclone for pressure reduction, and here you'll see an example of shredded rubber that has not had fibre taken out of it yet, or steel. And there is rubber that has most of the fibre taken out of it. It's then transported via conveyor to a twin magnetic system. These are self-cleaning cross-belt magnets which remove the steel and the rest of the fibre from the rubber product. The rubber, as you can see, is pretty clean. Is then transported again via conveyors to the rotating classifier, which classifies the product into the 5 different sizes that are needed. Here you'll see an example of very clean 1 to 3 millimetre. You'll see an example of some powder here. That's 0.5 to 1 millimetre. You'll also see 30 mesh. Here's an example of tyres ready for processing. And that is the entire tyre recycling plant operation.